Hello and welcome to another edition of Drinks by Design. We're going to go to the Edison Boat Club, and it's like a private club, so you go down this thing. This was cool. Virgin territory is the best. And we're going to learn about this Edison Boat Club. The entrance is here, and you take this neat bridge. Detroit River to your right, and kind of like a little inlet here to the left. Okay, now we got to find a parking spot. That's the two brothers. Look at the crowd, though. These events, the word is getting out. It's like the second Thursday of every month. And, God, if you Google Drinks by Design, you'll get it. Here, yeah, this old school, heavy industrial kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. This is like what movies are made of. That kind of stuff. Action movies. They have Homeland Security here, but this is an old Detroit Edison plant. But here the Edison Boat Club, and they have members, and it's apparently affordable. I don't presently have a yacht, but if I did, it'd be big. But no, so I'm always fascinated. To me, it's a whole new world getting into the boating culture and checking out the kind of the lifestyle. I'm envious, to be sure, but I'm looking at the heavy artillery here. This was part of Detroit Edison. This plant is no longer active. All right. This was Thursday, June 14th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I think it said. Okay. Here's the tour guide. We'll take a tour later on, but she's already got a good group here explaining to people the lay of the land. I think she's a Detroit Edison employee, or DTE, energy employee. And so she's got the scoop and filling everyone in. It's a happy story. No, they have things here for the kids. A horseshoe pit. Yeah, I missed that tour. And we're going to step inside the boat club in a little bit, but we're going to check out the grounds here. EBC, Edison Boat Club. Boy, even flies above Old Glory there. And the Detroit River was active today. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. So that's good words of advice. You can do some speed reading here. August 3rd, 1914. So they're past 100 years. But look at the view here. How sweet. The GM Global headquarters at the Renaissance Center. And yeah, the Detroit River splits in two to go around Belle Isle. So, yeah, looking at the grounds out here, but Belle Isle is right across the way. What am I pointing at? There's even like a little small beach at that northern end. I followed this, and I still do, DetroitYes.com. It's all things Detroit, and it's like a blog where people weigh in on topics near and dear to Detroit. And there was a group of Detroit Yesers that would claim that beach was the bomb, but they wanted to keep it a secret. So I can't do that when I'm doing a show like this, though. But the saving grace is very few people would watch. All right, Design Core Detroit. Maybe I'll show the actual website, but it's a networking event. These guys do it up. I can't talk enough nice things about these guys because a lot of it's about urban planning, making Detroit a great city again. Now, Trump is trying to destroy America, but he did have the slogan, Make America Great Again. It was always great to begin with. But Detroit goes ebb and flow, up and down, sine, cosine, and we just went through that bankruptcy thing, so we want to swing back up. So let's make Detroit great again. That's what we'll do. Now, this was new to me. It's like, it's a little paddle boat. I think you can pedal there like it's a bike, but I think that's just for show. Just like if you want to act like you're moving. Here, we'll look at the menu. Man, they have an awesome menu, and I'll show it in detail later, but it's very affordably priced. But the catch is you have to be a member. There might be something where, like, if you're a friend of a member, maybe they could invite you over here. But what's so great about this event, these Drinks by Design, they have it at a different venue every month. And it's always a cool place that typically wouldn't be open for see here, private area. They have a nice curly Q stairwell there. I love those. But yeah, normally wouldn't have any chance to see any of this. But with this event, it's like, yeehaw. And the Beavers are back. Connors Creek is nearby. Then there's a Fox Creek, too. And here, amplify, strengthen. They're onto this. Advance. There's your website, designcore.org. Uh-oh. They're on to me. Well, some people are excited, but at these events, yeah, it's all about urban planning here, the Globe Trading Center. It's an outdoor adventure center. You have to be into the speed reading, but that building was dilapidated not too very long ago, just a few years back. So it's good to see that building was repurposed. And like everything should be on the table as far as urban planning. If it's not maxed out, we have to come up with some ideas and then move forward. And everybody has an opinion. There was one time I heard somebody say, expressions, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. I can't say I'm partial to that expression, but when you think about it, yeah, everybody does have an opinion. Most are discounted or tossed aside, but as probably mine is. But the most important opinion certainly is your own. And if you got a good idea, for God's sakes, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it. And help with the rebirth. Make Detroit great again. Because it was awesome. And, if it happens in my lifetime, yes, this would be cool. I see remnants or visions, diamonds in the rough all over the place in Detroit. It's, it's got the creative type thing, plus the industrial aspect. Not many cities can match that. Here, but I'm not calling the action, and I'm going through this fast, but a lot of these talking about adaptive reuse. Gold Cash Gold pawn shop in its heyday when Tiger Stadium was there, but repurposed. Here, they call it adaptive reuse. So they got them from all over the city, but here they're even showing what they did in Brooklyn, New York, the holistic approach. No, this is all fascinating stuff that I like, but it probably bores people to tears, But urban planning, if done right, you got a nice, vibrant city, and it's hip to be cool. I'm checking out now. We're going to check in the bar a little bit later, but look at the art there. And I think she was like the matriarch. She was the wife of the Commodore there, and she was telling me a little bit about the club and so forth. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get in line for a tour, and 6:30 the next one went off, so I'm 3 minutes late, so I got to catch up.
Found examples yet, but if you do, let me know. Building that remains today. So there's 2 stacks there. Inside there's 4 boilers and 2 turbines. At the time that the Seven Sisters were built, it doubled the generating capacity of the Detroit Edison company. And with all 9 turbines, the output was 515 megawatts, which is comparable to our Trenton Channel plant. The buildings that remain today, which we're passing, are the coal moving infrastructure, the conveyor system. The coal would be dumped off of a barge on the river onto the end of the canal here, and then carried through and into the plant through the conveyors here. There were 14,000 feet of conveyor belts to move that coal. And I learned something. There's like a telescoping chute at the end here, which would drop the coal closer to the pile to reduce dust. So when the whole building was in operation, about 250 employees ran the plant. As it was expanded, technology improved, practices changed, it went down to about 100. And then after the demolition, it was converted to gas in 2000 before full decommissioning in 2008. But when it was converted to gas, it could be run with a dozen people. Originally, there was a lunchroom and training. Our other plants have bowling alleys and all kinds of company activities. So this is where we're going to cross to the other side to the island, just to get an idea of all of the buildings on site that remain today. You may have noticed we've got a beaver dam here. The beavers returned to Connors Creek in 2008. There's a book in the banquet room called The Beaver's Tale, The Casters of Connors Creek, so you can take a look at that. It's $18 if you want to buy it off Wayne State's page, but it's an illustrated book with pictures of the plant. We also have and so they call it Connors Creek instead of Connors Creek Power Plant. But they speak with great pride about the care that was given to the equipment. DTE employees that worked at Connors Creek took a lot of pride in the plant. It was all power plants are unique. They were, state-of-the-art technology at the time, but it's massive technology, absolutely incredible infrastructure. And the retirees talk about how when contractors or other people would come to repair and maintain the plant, that they just couldn't believe how clean it was and the conditions were so great, even though the equipment was antiquated. The plant became
like an aerial.
there you go. Show and tell.
So is this the scope of the development partner that they're looking for? All the way here, or just like in this area?
So the other building, you can kind of see where the building was like chopped off. There's a different type of color brick, but there were 9 in total. 7 stacks were part of the Seven Sisters, the original
Now
building.
there's 2.
And now there's the two brothers. So of the seven sisters, DTE hosted a picnic, and if you had seven siblings in your family, you could come and take pictures in front of it.
Oh, wow.
There's actually a DTE employee now who talks about it because she says there were seven sisters in her family, and every year their mom made them come and take pictures, either on the site or with the stacks in the background. So, and now, yeah, the two brothers. There's a New Palace Bakery in Hamtramck makes a. Don't stick your hands in the water.
Oh yeah, there's the two brothers, and it's one with nature now. Yeah, look at this. An idyllic scene here. And the detour is going to begin. I'm gonna check the place out. And this is certainly prime time property because it's riverfront property. But yeah, they imploded the Seven Sisters. God, it was a few years back already. I don't know if it's 10 years already. But the two brothers still stand along with all these long conveyors that would bring the coal. It was a coal-fired plant. And maybe, well, they always talk about having clean coal. Well, coal really hasn't been, it's the dirtiest of the energy sources. A lot of them are natural gas now, and some nuclear. Well, there'll be a lot of sailboats. I don't know what was up. This was a Thursday early evening, and there were a lot of sailboats out there. And then there's kind of, I think it's kind of like a little watering hole here. Oh, look at them. Rum, I'll agree with that. Yeah. Okay, make that great again, too. A lot of wildflowers also. So that kind of stuff, it feels like the camera lens. When you zoom in, Mother Nature has that great knack for great colors. So even things that might ordinarily be considered weeds, they have their moment in the sun. And in an empty field, you can capture a lot of that. Well, look at all the sailboats, and there was a nice little breeze blowing. There may have also been some kind of a competition, but I don't know. Oh, there's my evil twin. He sometimes comes along for various editions of Motor Capital. But yeah, coming up on 7 p.m. And this particular building is flooded in the lower level here. Oh yeah, he looks like he's got himself a nice one there. The water a little calmer. Oh, I'm pointing out the land here. All right, so what's DTE Energy going to do with this? We can think out loud for them or on their behalf. But God, I want to call her Michelle, but the tour guide, and forgive me, I'll call her Michelle for sake of the argument that I can't say for sure when I want to go with some name, but the blonde-haired tour guide there, who I believe is DTE Energy employee, said they had like a request for proposal sent out. Now, I don't know if that's public or if they earmark certain architects, urban planners, and whatnot, but the word is out, like what to do with this area. I think the general public could get involved just as well. But I was talking to Michelle, and I said, man, as I was walking around this thing, you could make it like a campground. And maybe you only use it in the summer for the camping. But maybe in the winter you have hunting lodges and people can do the cross-country skiing or whatnot, or ice skating on the lakes. But in the summer you can do a little hiking. We'll see some kayak boats. Yeah, look at all this land. It's just Mother Nature all around. Oh, yeah, you can get lost back here. There was a lot of property. So what to do, really? What to do? Well, Hollywood could get involved in here. I'm sure there's some creative types that could come up with some kind of action movie, you know, a thriller suspense where things blow up and, you know, just get this, high voltage stuff. You know, just bombs going off everywhere and just, I don't know, like heavy weaponry too and stuff like that. But yeah, use your imagination, come up with something. Yeah, so film some movies. How cool would that be? These conveyors are awesome. But for year-round use and so forth, the camping in Detroit, the idea itself almost seems laughable, but they did a camping in Detroit in the DeQuinder Cut, and it seemed to work out well. And, you know, as crazy as it might sound that people would want to actually vacation in Detroit, there are people that run around with RVs and campers and those things you tow all over the place. So people are into that, and if they could do it up in the city, why not? I don't know if it would be it probably wouldn't be a huge moneymaker, but certainly it would be something where the community as a whole gets a benefit out of it. This is excellent green space right on the Detroit River. And so I'm just looking at some of the what was left here, but oh yeah, you could have a thriller movie. Oh yeah, these Hoist. Get Arnold. Or who else would be a good action? Diesel, right? He's a good action dude. James Bond. Maybe you could have Tom Cruise do a Mission Impossible. But yeah, there's enough to work with here for sure. Well, art is everywhere, even amongst the crane there that would swirl around. But yeah, I imagine these were the chutes where coal was brought up. And yeah, you know what, seeing this though, this is still here. The thing that we had some bad news that just came out on Friday, and that was that the Bob Lowe boat experienced a big fire, and it was probably parked in a marina not too far from here. It was on the east side, and the boat had moved several times because it was docked, and I don't know, storage fees or docking fees are quite expensive. But it was at the Oakwood Bridge there for a while. But it moved over to a marina, and Friday they had a big fire, and it's like now there might be a total loss. And that kind of Detroit history, God, gotta be, we gotta try to preserve it. Yeah, I'm showing all the green spaces here. You could have quite a few campgrounds, and people could have their bonfires. Down yonder, a few more marinas. There's actually quite a few inlets that have boats. And then yeah, you could do a James Bond thriller too. number of things. Well, Michigan had those nice tax incentives for a while, and that brought a lot of excitement to Michigan, actually, because there were quite a few movies filmed in the state, but those tax credits were not deemed worthy enough, and they let that go, so that income went away, or that excitement, I should say. Here's looking at the boat club here, and the great crowd that came out. Now, the kayakers, the current I don't think is too bad, actually, on this side of Belle Isle, on the western side of Belle Isle. There's the little inlet, and a little bit past there is the little beach area. I think you got to go to the right a little bit, and there's kind of a little private beach that you're not wink wink supposed to know about. But yeah, look at all the sailboats out there, and there's a ton of green space. So everything's a piece of the puzzle. This is a huge ass piece of puzzle right here. And so yeah, in the wintertime, if you take the boats up, that could be like a skating rink. Maybe you could retrofit one of these conveyors and make like a toboggan hill. Wait a second. Are you kidding me? That might be the Boblo boat there. This was, though, before... Or it's the River Princess? Wow, I'll back it up another time and look at it. But the kayakers are out there, and so the current must not be too bad. And so in the summer, you could have kayakers, maybe teach people with the sailboats, the rowboats, or teach people that like the stuff on the water. So yeah, you get an overview here a little bit, but this is the east side. There's some work that can be done on the east side, most definitely. And further up here, I'll see the Chrysler plant. Yeah, tunnel vision. That's when I get a little artwork there. But yeah, nice boat club. And yeah, I think when it first opened, it was set up for Detroit Edison employees only. And then, here we go, the kayakers. Maybe we could make a ski jump or something. Yeah, that'd be thrilling. Back on terra firma. But yeah, that afforded a nice view to be sure. But the event closes at 8. Now, this I don't think was the boat I saw, the Diamond Queen. That might have to do, though, that Diamond Queen. That's unfortunate with the Boblo boat. Maybe we should solicit the people in New York that bought the Columbia and just say, hey, we need it back here. This is its home. Maybe if we could get the city involved in on that and we make a push. Well, you could do some relaxing to be sure, and that's part of what boating is all about. It's to get away from everything, kind of relax. Yeah, so the two brothers, we still got those guys left, which is excellent. But long term, everybody put their thinking caps on, and your opinion is as good as the next, and so forth. But once we get the word out and people start talking, we cull the best ideas and then we move forward. Here, like Mother Nature, definitely cutting through the bushes. And then there were a couple families, one on my left and one on the right, and I walked the gauntlet, but that was actually challenging because when they're protecting the young, it's, that comes priority. So, but I was able to survive. This is a great crowd, though, that they attract at these Drinks by Design event. These are probably architects, engineers, urban planners from a variety of different things, but creative types. And they try to center these events because we got some kind of grant or whatever. We're the only North American city that was designated as one of these design cities. I think in years past, Montreal may have been one, but as far as the U.S. goes, we're the only U.S. city. So there's putting some resources and thinking in. Here's an overview of the area, and there's the two brothers, and just south of that was where the seven sisters. And then there's this housing development, nice homes along the river there. Right there is where the seven sisters. I think that's what we're using for parking right now. Could be wrong. Design Core Detroit. So I came back and they were already closing up. I took the big detour. Yeah, it's after 8. So, but check them out. They really are serious about this and have the resources to pull these events off. No hats or caps. There's something about it. Even my nice Detroit Star hat, I have to put that aside. I was thirsty. But here's a look at the menu, as promised. Now, these are great prices, I think, even though I'm not a big foodie. But these are the appetizers? And it's not just one or two things. And then here we go, signature drinks. They have the Edison Breeze. And then the guy next to me, I said, asked if I could look. He had the New York strip and shrimp. And this was a thing that DTE Energy is promoting. So they're trying, and I'll give them credit, they're trying to be good corporate citizens. Oh, back to the menu. Grilled chicken breast, $11.99. Maybe the members, just because they're a member, they get these great prices. I'm not sure how they pull that off. Roast beef dinner, $12.99. That's not bad. Burgers are a fair price, I guess. And got an Edison Reuben. So they have some touches to the past. Ooh, Tigers won. No, I was told don't ring that bell. They caught me just in time. It's not like terribly bad, if you didn't bring your wallet, though, you'd have trouble. They say if you ring the bell, you have to buy the whole bar around, a drink or whatever, and that could set you back if there's a good crowd. So they stopped. I just wanted to see if it worked, and boy, I don't know if my credit card could have handled it. All right, well, I looked at inside the brochure, and so it's a good place to work. Excellent. And Beacon Park, I've been there, and they did a good job with that. I need to go back. It's just open about a year or just shy of a year. But, we need a lot of good corporate citizens. Ford has stepped up to the plate. to deal with the Corktown. That's going to be exciting, what all happens there. But DTE Energy has their foot in a lot of things also. And maybe we can get into that green energy for the future. Progress, yeah. You like to have people that are progressive. And here, well, the corporate citizen, the philanthropy, the nice things they do to make the area a good place to live. So, but ask them about that property there. They had a request for a proposal, but I think everybody can weigh in. Here was a nice magazine for boating. And I know boating is certainly big in Michigan. Years ago, and I don't know if it's still true, but there was more registered, and you can put your feet up, more registered watercraft in our state than any other state. And that kind of seemed hard to believe, considering California and Florida. But it's the smaller inland lakes and the pleasure craft that are on those lakes. There's a nice ride. Oh, A+ for the Edison Boat Club. Yeah. Nice green lawn, nice lighting. I want to check out the bridge a little bit. Closer look. It's a nice boat. There's a life ring if you need it. But yeah, it's a one-way bridge. Unless you're on a bike. Yeah, so I don't know if this is fairly new. We just gave another way. But nice homes just to the right there. There's I don't know if you have to pass a guard shack or what to get in that. That might be a gated community. Well, here again, Mother Nature. So, yeah, it's a good thing. We have to be one with Mother Nature. That's a shiny building. Okay, a 5-passenger, slippery when wet. Yep. So for heaven's sakes, be careful. Yeah, they have the nice concertina barbed wire here, but behind there is probably some well-heeled Detroiters with a fantastic view of the city. If they're looking downtown, if you're looking out their backyard, they're looking at that. But yeah, but it was just a fun exploring day because there's so many hidden gems in Detroit, and it's kind of crazy. I've lived here all my life, but it's kind of just scratched the surface, really. So there's always something new to see. Oh, yeah. A thriller movie, I could come up with some ideas for chase scenes. You can have fast cars, some hot babes. Well, in the Detroit area, you probably have a few trucks. And you could have boats involved, too. You could do it all. Just a major action scene. And this is the chute. Someone could fall out of that, and then a car could be driving by a pickup that has a mattress in the back, and it's just timed perfectly. So then they get up and without a scratch and they're good. But usually in those scenes, yeah, the good guy has cool weaponry, but just it's like 100-to-1 kill ratio, or even better than that, because the good guy never dies. Might get hit, but he'll kill 100 people, but remain almost unscathed. Maybe because they had a bulletproof vest on or something. And then when they run out of ammo, they always steal the bad guy's gun or whatnot, and so they never run out of ammo. There's my focus. And but we need to focus on Detroit, and it's not just it's a group effort. Everybody can have their own kind of focus, but as a group, yes, let's make Detroit great again in our lifetime. That's key. That is key. There's my focus, and if I press that little button, boom, lights come on, lights, camera, action, DET.com. Let's focus on urban design. Can't get enough of this thing. Yeah, I should edit. People, probably say that all the time, but I have a regular job, 40 hours a week, kind of that regular grind most people are familiar with. And so I do my best. Yeah, had a little landslide. Yeah, and heavy rock music. Yeah, maybe they could make this a park and summertime and then have a good rock band perform at night. Oh yeah, Detroit Rock City. But yeah, we could do a number of things. And it doesn't have to be what maximizes revenue stream or whatnot. It's what maximizes benefit for the community. But that's me psychobabble. Yeah, you take everything I say with a grain of salt too, definitely, but I'm not worried about having an opinion or speaking my piece. I do it all the time, and certainly can understand at any given moment somebody's going to disagree with my point of view. Oh, that's just the chances you have to take, because trust me, you're not going to please everybody. There will be somebody that disagrees with you no matter what. Yeah, but looking through, there's other green spaces here. Industrial art. East Jefferson. And now heading downtown.
Who else? On this fast way out. Cause the struggle is so hard. Go back, cause half of these jobs ain't giving no apps. So keep it pro-black. Yeah, back to what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is, it's like, it's real, Don't so much you think.
Queen, a little storm action here.
In my mind, the person that I came to know.
Okay. Now I got a little problem to deal with. This June 30th, I'm actually getting my car fixed. The side window had a little accident at the fireworks. Not Mother Nature's fireworks. It was the Detroit fireworks, and had a little incident. But anyways, I better call the action here. I got to get my car fixed, so I dropped it off. The glass is gonna be replaced for that driver's side rear window. But now I'm doing urban planning here on Van Born Road. And I'm in Dearborn Heights now, but I'm looking across at the city of Taylor. Van Born is the midway point between the two cities, or bisects the cities or whatnot. I can't golf here because they had 250-yard sign. I go well beyond that. It'd be on I-94. Actually, probably I'm lucky if I get 150. Not a golfer, but this is a complete kind of like amusement park here, a close to home thing, and it's been here for a while. Got the go-karts. I'm here early. My appointment at the glass doctor was 10, and they close at 12, so I'm going to go on like a 2-hour tour here. I'm going to check out some wildflowers, too, along the way. But, yeah, they have putt-putt golf, so there's pirates and the like. But, yeah, I'm going to go on that urban planning kick. That'll be a constant theme. I'll try to interwove it with other stuff that might be of somewhat relevance, but I know I'm probably going to lose some viewers strictly because urban planning is not that like sexy kind of thing. Should go to the beach, right? Arr. But man, this was a hot, humid day. This was miserable. This guy, when he gets older, is going to have neck issues. I guarantee it. It already wiped the smile off his face. But there's some small business. Well, actually, there's a ton of small businesses along this Van Born corridor. That's a crazy leprechaun. It was a sports pub and grill. Now you can have full detail blacklist. And then that, I'm pretty sure, was the Pizza Hut. And it's a Mexican restaurant now, and Tuesday is the day. It's Taco Tuesday. So that's the address on Van Born. So what is it? The even numbers on the north side. Dearborn Heights, welcome. So, yep. And then this hamburger place has been closed for quite some time. Right there on, it says temporarily closed. Not so true. Here they have a building permit, but it's for date issued 2011. So they haven't done anything for 7 years. They had hamburgers there. And who doesn't like hamburgers? And I'll just go through a whole bunch of businesses. Like I say, I got like 2 hours to kill. So I want to walk around. But the idea is I want to check out Masco and the Kmart, because Ford took over the Masco headquarters, their world headquarters. But the Kmart's been recently abandoned. And so there's your urban planning question. And this is Mel's Exchange. But this wasn't my idea anyways. I first got wind of what's all happening here by listening to the city council meetings in the city of Dearborn Heights, where I live. And they were talking about an experience or a collaboration with the city of Taylor as far as developing this Van Born corridor. This has been sold. I don't know if it will still be a gas station or not. You're as cold as ice. I think that was a song. AC is like ice, ice, baby. Yeah, I think they're using like music lyrics. Isn't that like breaking the law somehow? You need permission. Okay, Tim Hortons. Yeah, but I was saying, Dearborn Heights, they talked about this. They got something where they're working, and urban planning. They're probably trying to stir up some interest. 21111 was the address for Kmart here, Van Born Road. There's Masco. A nice profile building, but you can only really see it good from this side. The trees kind of block the view, but look at this huge parking lot. Huge parking lot. I'm thinking you could have commercial and like retail and so forth up front. That parking lot does not have to be that big. And then you could have a nice park maybe behind that, and then some housing behind that to front I-94 Expressway. Or you could have some kind of nature berm or something or whatnot, but they could be 5 or 6 stories tall or whatnot. I'm just throwing some ideas out there. Here at the end of the road, some nice flowers. Every flower has its day in the sun. How convenient. There was a porta potty. I didn't need to use it, but it was there if I needed it. There's looking back at Van Born Road. And then I says, okay, I'm going to take the detour, even though I'm in the city of Taylor. Sometimes it works in other cities, but it was already 85 degrees. And yeah, it was nicely manicured, but here they had like a culvert, and there's I-94. And looking at some of the wildflowers, and coming up on Telegraph Road, 1 mile. So this is looking westbound. And we have some cattails. And going the other way is eastbound. So look at, I think they might have had their float. Masco had a float in the Thanksgiving Day parade, but now Ford is flying their flag next to the state of Michigan and the good old US of A. So Ford is going to try to make Detroit great again. This is good news, but maybe they got something that they can work in collaboration with the Kmart. Here drainage kind of gives them a boo. And then the wall, the Great Wall. And I never knew this wall existed. And I'm thinking, well, I want to get around this wall. I thought there'd be, in between streets, there might be a little cutout. And I became one with Mother Nature again. You know, just walking through. I wouldn't advocate having camping here or nothing like that. You could have a hiking trail, but it's loud with the cars, actually. Yeah, I had to bolt out of there because it was just hard to walk through all that brush. So I ended up taking the emergency lane here, just kind of walking back. Made it to Pelham. There, if you hit the sign, they cut those holes for that. Okay, but the wall still wraps around. So it's like, I wouldn't be hopping no wall. That's a wall that would have stopped me. But the trick is to find where the end of the wall is. And then here we go. So, and this is Dearborn Heights neighborhood. But some of the homes, yeah, that one looks abandoned, boarded up there. And now looking back at Masco. So I'm making the loop around. It's kind of like a counterclockwise loop that I'm making. But I know I got to be back by 12. Here, well, they have these graduation parties and so forth, or whatever, end of year school parties. And so they were setting one up. That's a good way for the kids to burn off energy. You know what? I'm glad I looked. It's 57 minutes. I got 3 minutes to go. They say in Detroit, do not let my show go over 1 hour. Otherwise, the show might not go on. I might get reprimanded. This is the Ecorse Creek, and this has wreaked havoc kind of in the Dearborn Heights community for several years. When we have the great rains, the creek overfloods and becomes issues with a lot of people, certainly if they have a basement, but even if they don't. But here, different kind of options if you like bikes, and then across the way, Suds and Back Car Wash. Here's a nice ride. Look at the skull. Ooh, sketty. But there's options. There's a Mexican restaurant. So I don't know. Actually, I'm going to have to keep a follow-up and see what the city does. Is if they're letting people know what vacant lots are maybe owned by the city and what's available possibly. There's plenty of small businesses, but I don't believe all of them are filled. Like this was Mayfair Auto Shop, and I think they are closed. And I think they have been for some time. And here's a few more that look vacant. So they might, somebody wants a bigger project, they might say, oh, dilly dilly. But if you want something bigger, they might be able to work with you on certain things. As far as accumulating land, some action heroes here. The Incredible Bulk Asylum Collectibles, and then enter at your own risk. So don't say I sent you there. I don't want to be responsible. Here, this is a private club too. Members and guests. So that's with the Edison Boat Club. God, that's the ticket. You have to go inside and check that place out. So just find a member. Just say, let's go to the restaurant. Folks, though, thanks for watching. I'll have to continue this at a later show or whatnot. But I hope you have a great week or weekend, whatever the case may be. And put your thinking caps on. Let's get smart. Make Detroit great again. Good night.